Hmm. All right. Let's. Hmm. Looks like OBS, at least Streamlabs OBS, does not want to stream to more than one destination. At least if I have to guess, that's a prime setting. Okay. And let's see if Restream wants to play nice tonight. I'm sure it doesn't. And I'm just going to check some audio levels real quick. Audio levels real quick. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Hmm. That must be why that's not working. Hmm. Hey, Skybite. Sorry, I was just taking a second to figure out why Streamlabs doesn't want to stream to both YouTube and Twitch. And I guess it requires like a Prime subscription of their own service. Um, so I think we're just gonna do YouTube tonight. Have you played Valheim before, Skybite? I know Power Helm and a few other people have talked about wanting to play it. I'm not sure who all from the Discord has it. So it won't need restream then. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with some Valheim. Just we'll start with my existing character. I'm gonna make a new world. I deleted my last one after some updates happened. All right. That seems fitting enough. We'll just call it Stream World. Haven't done any Valheim multiplayer before, so I'm gonna go ahead and what should the server password be? Who knows? Let's just try start server and see what happens. I don't know how the public versus private listing works on this, so if it needs to go private, I'll adjust that later. And it looks like I'm not muted, so if for some reason you can't hear anything or see something, feel free to let me know. Man, even Streamlabs OBS, when you stream and it brings up its own internal version of your platform's chat, is way more accurate about your current viewers than Restream ever is. Restream almost always needs to be refreshed manually. It is awful. At least in my experience so far. Alright. Let's see. Probably gonna have to adjust some graphic settings. Since it's streaming now, I'm sure it's not gonna like doing both at the same time. This is much better when you play with an existing character. It's not throwing a million things at me. Let's see. Turn the brightness up too. And it has been a minute since I've played this. Okay, I could change it on my computer. Okay. Now I gotta remember the gameplay loop for this. Basically, since I'm playing on a new world with an old character, I shouldn't have to do hopefully much of the tutorial stuff, but I do gotta make stuff again. That's right, there's a stamina bar. The first thing I gotta do is make a workbench. Yeah. Well, actually, before I do that, last time I built my house, I built it on ground that was not level. Get out of here. Sir? Can I help you? Oh, you want some of this? Alright. Didn't say you had to. Can't eat meat. Let's try and find a spot where I can actually build a house. Man, it has been... There was a point in time where I would just get right on and already have like a goal. Oh, this is interesting. I think the last seed for a world that I had was pretty flat for a while. It was an interesting starting point. I'm going to try and go a little higher this time. I usually try to make a house by the water, but I don't think that's going to be easy with where I'm at right now. I don't want to wander forever. Also gotta stop picking everything up. I'm still in the mode of picking up everything that I see. Ah, this should work. Yeah. Alright, let's clear some land first. I'm gonna make a house as shitty, as small as it might have to be. I at least want it to be kind of good looking. Kind of. I'm still pretty terrible about trying to make this level in this game. Every time I try to... Excuse me? That's what I thought, thank you. Every time I try to level ground in this game, it always ends up like kind of lopsided, and that really bothers me. It's like one of the nice benefits of games like Minecraft, is not having to worry about like 3D texture in terms of like, well, not 3D texture, but like rounded texture. Everything's on a nice grid and you don't have to worry about how it all fits together. All right, so I guess I'm gonna make a workbench. I am rusty. That's right. But I think I can still make... Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted. Let's start with something basic. How much wood do I have? A good amount. I can just tell it's not level. I just know I'm going to extend it out later and it's going to just eat right into the dirt. On the part where it's level too, it always just looks like garbage. I'm just going to try and build this real fast. No, this isn't the most interesting, but people did request Valheim, so... if anyone wants to join, I think it's open. Once we get some people in chat that express interest in wanting to play, I can open this up. Yeah, I don't trust the restream chat. I'm not gonna fuck with that. Not happening. Just no. That, and it doesn't keep track of any chat logs, which is kind of annoying. Alright. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the door over here. I know this is too small already. I don't know why I'm building it this small, but I also... I picked up an old character, and I'm gonna use whatever he has in his inventory. Which I'm sure is not enough. But that's part of the fun. Actually, I am going to make it longer, I lied. Yeah, let's get rid of this rock. If anyone in chat wants to join, let me see if I can get the info up. It's not password protected as far as I know. At least I didn't put one on it. I just did start server. I don't know if that means it's public or not. The only multiplayer I've done has been all through people who are already on my Steam friends list. Sir, let me pick up this rock. Thank you. Oh, are you leaving? You coming back? I'll just get a little bit of my block skill up while I'm sitting here. Or not. Alright. Let's try and get a house built by the time it's sundown, at least. I'm terrible at making roofing of any kind in this game. Do I want a second layer of walls, or do I just want to do thatch roofing now and then make that work? I'm sure I'm going to regret it, whatever I choose. Let's just do thatch roof for now. And then I'll put up the like triangular wall pieces after. I'm sure there's a better way to build than this. But fuck it, we'll do it live. Also, this is the one thing I hate about trying to build in this game, is not being able to... Ah, there it is. Now I need wood. Is, You know what? I don't know if Streamlabs' version of the chat is accurate either. Not that I think I'm missing a lot of text. Yeah, we'll see. Alright. Go chop down some wood. Plus, the nice part about using a pre-made or already made character is I don't have to wait to get a better axe and have a higher wood cutting skill. I can just tear these things down in one swing now. I don't know if it was Terraria or some other crafting game that started that trend of carrying characters separate from the worlds they're made into, but that's choice. That should have been done a long time ago. For the sake of carrying over skills and inventory. It's just so much easier. Especially if you have a survival crafting game where it takes a while to get started. If you're trying to introduce people to some of these games, it takes fucking forever. And the last thing you want to have to do is spend your first 3 or 4 hours playing with them, just saying, yeah, you know, it's slow at first, but it gets better. You just kind of have to put up with it. I feel like that happens all too often nowadays. One sec. All right. Sure, I'm gonna need one of those ladders soon. Like, look at the window for this. Just so small. I kind of wish when you had the hammer out that it understood that you're looking for points to attach to. Seems like it would make a lot more sense instead of having the like 2-pixel window with which you have to correctly place it. It just understood, yeah, you're looking for like anchor points. Why don't we just take care of that for you? I'm sure this isn't going to be enough wood. Nope. But that's fine. Because this is a seaplane. There's one person from the Discord. Alright, so here's my shitty little house. I just need to get more wood. That's always the answer. Is this that? Oh no, it's not. I thought I would have said this was too hard for me to cut down last time. The other thing I really love about this game is that cutting down logs can be deadly. Like that. Not lethal, but very, very painful. Alright, I think I've magically separated enough wood with my wood separating device. We'll never get over how goofy it is. That you just sort of hit this log over and over again and then boom, explodes into perfectly cut logs. Thinking what I might end up doing is I'll it's good. I'll probably end up making this world and then working on it a little bit in the off time. That way I don't have to have people watch me do the boring stuff for a while. But just get enough to where, you know, I'm fighting some bosses. At least get up to maybe the deer boss, and then see where it goes from there. Alright. Let's get this started. I am ready. Hey Hannah, thanks for stopping in. Hope your dinner is delicious. I'm sure it usually is when you and Cameron make it. For anyone that doesn't know, Cameron and Hannah cook pretty often from what I remember, and they make very good food. Raheem, is Satisfactory another survival crafting game? That sounds kind of familiar. I think my friend was recommending that to me a year or two ago. There's a bunch out there that get recommended to me now that I've played some on Steam. Yeah, I'm gonna need to save that space for upgrades, so we'll put one here. And that'll be good enough for a little while. I'll make the chimney later because if you've played Valheim before, you know that a chimney is essentially required if you want to be able to sleep near a campfire and also not kill yourself with smoke inhalation. So not a great house, obviously. More like a good house. An okay house. And just for the hell of it. Okay, yeah, that's Factorio is the one that I've also been recommended before. I've heard Factorio's one where once you get into the gameplay loop, you're pretty much stuck in it for a while. I'll have to check that one out. That one I'm sure I could lose a lot of time to, but I think I've seen video of Satisfactory. A friend of mine showed me a video where they had this like tube that you can send yourself through, and they made like a huge like repeater and just like creates a rocket where it shoots them out at like the highest velocity the game can handle. That seems like a good time. That's the kind of goofiness I hope to get to at some point with this stream. Haven't played a lot of fun physics-based games in a while. Let's see, I think the last essential thing I need to make is a bed. Which, spoiler alert, requires more wood. Ooh, but before I do anything else. Yeah. Gotta do that. Oh, okay, so you make those launchers in Satisfactory? They seem pretty cool. Like I really like the idea of that game having a bunch of like tools and like objects or blocks that allow you to fuck with physics. But the problem I have with these types of games is I get really into the mode of being like efficient, but I'm not. Despite the fact that I do programming for a living, I really don't spend that much time with like redstone in Minecraft or like logic, circuit, whatever gate programming. I do almost none of that. I do almost everything by hand. I'm the complete opposite in survival crafting games than I am in real life. That sounds pretty fun. I definitely want to check that out. There's a lot of those survival crafting games that I've played with some of my friends, but we haven't really gotten on one besides like Valheim in a while. And even Valheim, I've only played like 15 hours of total, I think. That or I'll hit 15 tonight. Bed. So I'm sure there's a more optimal way to make like a space efficient house. It's actually like the first thing I look up when I play these games now. There are enemies nearby. Well, fuck around and find out. So the other thing with this game that keeps happening is like the music stops like that and it tries to be all ominous, but it's not one of those events where they send like half the forest at me. Does that just happen whenever enemies are nearby? I'm not sure if that's why that is. Syrup input? That syrup? Yeah, I like when games have that. I like the idea of redstone. I've made some small circuits work, like a hidden door. But beyond that, I really haven't done that much with it. That's right. Now I gotta make the fire. Now it's all coming back to me. All right. For now, I just hope it doesn't rain. I'm sure that it will. Making the chimney is the only part I really don't like about this game. I wish it was a little bit easier. I like that the smoke inhalation risk is like a part of it, but I hate trying to make the chimney because like the one chimney I've made is like the 2-wall high like 3-way structure that you attach to the house, and then if you just have like one single piece of like angle like thatched roof like at a diagonal angle, the smoke just leaves. But if you have like if it's not like a tall enough height, the smoke doesn't leave. So it's trying to be realistic, and adding like smoke in enclosed areas will kill you soon enough, but even like the smallest hole where smoke could leak out of does not actually help. It has to be like a certain like amount of open space. And I know programming wise it's just kind of weird. How much wood do I even have? Just gonna try to make the basics of everything and then just go fuck around and get real lost in the woods. Alright, let's do one chest here. And I can get into the wall with this thing. But I probably don't want to do that in case I get attacked. I think everything I have on me I can pretty much keep. I'll stuff that just in case. Alright. Let's go fuck around. The sun is just barely coming in on my monitor so that it's like right in the center of my character, but it's actually not terrible because it's lined up in such a way that it's not blocking anything unless it's directly in front of me. Fuck you. Also, I like that this is a game that has multiple weapon types. The first character I made, I used like the hammer, not the hammer, whatever the club blunt weapon is. But on this character, I decided to use axes, like wood cutting axes as my primary weapon, since they do decent damage and cut wood, which is terrible for the durability because I have to fix it so much. But it's great for not needing to carry so many items. Very, very good idea. What the fuck is this? I've never seen fog like down this thick in this game. Probably gotta go kill... So my character has the first boss's buff, but for whatever reason, I'm gonna assume that I have to still kill him, and if not, I might just do it for fun. I'm pretty sure I can do it again. I don't know if I've done it solo. Maybe I have? I don't know. Any bees? No bees. Let's see. What is my goal in this right now? I've already done all that. I think I just need to go into the Black Forest, which I think will be more interesting for anyone still watching. Might have one person that wants to join me. Go back to my house and then check. I also made the mistake of not marking my house on my map. Or does that? I think it does it automatically. Okay, it does. Cool. Ugh. Really? Struggling with this now? Okay. Cool. Friend code. Okay. Osprey, if you're watching, give me 1 second. I will try to add you on Steam if you haven't already. added me. Oh, look at all these nice boars when I don't need them. We'll take the scraps though. I will say, for as far as I have gotten, leather scraps never go out of style. You pretty much always need them. House, 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 house. Where is house? There's house. Hi, house. Oh, bad. What is it? That's roll? Yeah, that's right. I wonder if stop, drop, and roll actually works in this. I try to do it every time, but it's like 3 buttons and 2 of them have to be held. So I usually just forget. Alright. This. Okay, friend code. Oh, okay, that's new. I didn't know that they had friend codes on Steam. Because I haven't had to add anyone in like 3 years. There's no online settings from here, so I'm going to assume that someone can join if they're friends with me on Steam. If you want to get on and play with us, let me know in the chat. I assume if you're on the Discord, you're already in the general channel, so you know what's up. You know it's all good. I don't remember what I was doing. Probably need to cook some food. That's probably a good idea. I really need to make a chimney, though. Alright. Let's do it. I'm sure it's not the same level as it was before, but I don't care. Ugh, of course. Smoldery bits still fuck me up every time. Hey, Osprey. I didn't even think about getting in the voice channel. I'm assuming since I have my mic on, I don't know if it'll double up if I have my mic audio channel and I have the Discord audio channel up, but I guess I can find out. But real quick, I'm gonna make this thing. And I hope it works. Let's play find out where the wall panel is. This'll work. Environment. Damn it. Cool, awesome, Osprey. Let me try to finish this chimney up real quick. And then I can get in the recording channel if you want. I don't know if you have a mic or anything. I'm fine either way, whether you do or don't have a preference. What? Okay, I'm gonna try this thatched roof and see how this works. I don't know. If it does. Sure, it won't block out the rain, but we are going to find out. Where's Misk? There's Misk. I'm sure the smoke is gonna trail out this way, but before that happens, I gotta make a cooking station. Nope, never mind. Or actually, maybe what I can just do is Hey Cheryl, yeah, let me adjust my camera real quick. That should be a little bit better. I was hoping it wasn't going to move over the camera, but fortunately my blinds are shitty and I have the landlord special, so who knows when that'll get fixed. I actually meant to rearrange my room. I moved into this place a few months ago and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Did set up the second monitor though, so now if I do have any more issues, people won't have to watch me do all the housekeeping on stream. Cool, yeah, let me know if anything else seems off, Cheryl. The audio, video, any of that stuff. I switched to a different streaming... It's gonna kill me? Maybe. No, it won't. Switched to a different streaming software since last Wednesday, and I'm hoping this will be a little bit better. But I also need to get it to work with Twitch. There it is. Yeah, let me... I don't know if changing the in-game audio does anything, since I have a desktop audio channel. But I'll turn it up a little bit higher, and then y'all can let me know if it's not any better. Oh, forgot about the visible to other players. Oop, that's not the repair button. Alright. Try that again. Gotta remember I can shift tab over to the open game window instead of just randomly clicking onto my other monitor hoping that it's the right one. Alright, so house is built. Probably need to cook. So I'm gonna make a second campfire because I can. And then build this over top of it. And if I just hit cook item, it should cook whatever meat I have in my inventory. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And I do not care about this random ass trophy. Osprey, I can get on voice. Let me try and do that real quick. Once this cooking is done. I'm not actually sure if Osprey is watching, so I might need to get on voice now. All right, I'm gonna try and join our recording Discord voice channel. So if my voice starts to echo here in a minute, someone just let me know in chat. I'll be looking at it. So if it gets awful here for a second, that might be why. You know what? I'm just going to do that every time. I think that's better. Hey, Osprey. Well, give me 1 sec. I need to raise voice volume up. How's it going? Actually, while I'm at it, I just turned my input volume up a little bit. That might have been the issue. The problem now is that I have to balance Discord audio with OBS audio and then Windows audio, which is lots of fun, but once I do it enough, it shouldn't be an issue. I should just be able to plug and play. Hey, Guns Pony. Yeah, I think I just need to route the Discord audio into the stream. I think that's when the echo is going to happen, probably. Let's see.
Okay, I found the problem with why I couldn't hear you.
Oh, hey. Chat is saying they can't hear the Discord audio, so I'm going to try to route that really quick. I don't remember exactly how that works.
Yeah, the problem I ran into was for some reason the computer made Valheim overwhelm Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I had to go in and mess with my settings to make it so I could hear.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to try to get the Discord audio working real quick. I'm trying to remember how we usually route Discord audio because I have a desktop audio channel, but I don't know why it's not picking up Discord.
Ah.
But yeah, I remade this world, so feel free to start building or doing whatever. I haven't played Valheim in like a month.
Oh, same. Like, this character I made like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought about making a new character, and then I remembered how the skill system works, so I figured I'll just use this one for now.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really remember how to play my character, and my other characters are tied to specific worlds, so...
Right. Raheem, if you can hear Osprey talking, please let me know if that is a little quiet. I just had to balance the audio. I'm assuming that my Discord or my desktop audio is being picked up. I just don't know if it's picking up the right volume. Cool, awesome. Thanks, Raheem. I wanted to make sure that that was actually getting picked up. Okay, now I have to remember what I was doing in this. Probably need to cook some food. I remember the last time I played, the last thing I did was I spent like an hour just sitting in front of the fire, just double tapping E and then cooking meat. And I saved it all in one of those storage chests, but it was in my old world, so now all that's gone.
Yeah, I have like four cooked meat at the moment, so once I get a building all set up. my next priority will probably be food.
Oh, okay. I have a fire over there if you need to use any of that.
Oh, all my meat is currently cooked. Like, what I'm gonna have to do is go, cook some, or go hunt some.
Oh, okay.
I never have stone.
Yeah, stone is the one I hated getting in the beginning because you have to go look for it. Like once you have a pickaxe, it's a lot easier because you can just go break it up. Yeah, I hate
Which,
going to get stone.
yeah, I did not get around to doing that right before this. So, because I was working on getting the bow, so I was hunting boar.
Oh,
So
right.
I could actually get the deer trophies, because I am not going to try to melee the deer.
Raheem, that should be a little better now. I've turned down the attenuation on Discord. Um, the last time I played, I did a lot of like bow hunting, and I didn't realize this until I saw it somewhere on the internet. But apparently, like there's like a smell factor to your character, and I guess if like the wind is blowing in a certain direction and you're like upwind of them, they can smell you coming before you like make any noise. So even if you're stealthed, they will run away.
Everything I saw on the subreddit indicated that that is not actually true.
Oh, really? Okay, I saw that, but I wasn't sure how true it is. I think someone probably thought that was true because of like the wind lines.
Yeah, probably. I could see people thinking that.
Okay,
Like,
what was I doing?
this game does have a lot of unknowns for people, so
Yeah, I can see why they would think it since the like the smoke part with making a fire indoors I thought was really cool.
oh yeah, that was a nice touch. Also, the structural integrity stuff.
Yeah, I really liked finding out how like the color system works. That's really cool because it made sense as to why my friend was trying to build like a super tall building and it just wouldn't stay together. And he was like, "Oh, I see. There's like a blue and then a green, and then it just goes up to red as it gets like less intense, or less structurally sound." It's a
Yep.
it's a really smart system. All right. Uh, so the farthest I've gotten in this is, I think I've beaten the first boss, like the deer boss, and then I started building like a little excursion into the forest with the I guess it's the Black Forest. I started going into there and getting some of the materials from there, but that was about it. I think I was trying to make uh, a furnace to smelt ore with.
Yeah, I've gotten a little past that, but not by much.
Oh, that's always fun. I almost never build for when this event happens. I'm not sure if it's coming
Uh,
up on your screen, but the like their rallies, the creatures of the forest.
yeah, I'm going. Ooh, free crafting components.
Yeah, that is kind of nice when they they just bring creatures to you. Like, oh, thanks, that saves on hunting.
It helps when I can see though.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Like I had to turn the brightness up a little bit whenever I play this, so that I can actually like see what's going on at night. I know it's supposed to be that way because of the use of the torch, but a little bit doesn't hurt. Yeah, the first time this happened, a friend and I were playing, and it wasn't too terrible because we had, I think we had a torch each, so it scared away most of the enemies. But like the second time it happened, it was almost all like the I forget like the gnome goblin looking
Mm,
guys, just tons of
the
them.
Greylings.
Yeah, exactly, Greylings. And just a ton of them came at me, like way more than there was in the time it happened in multiplayer.
Yeah,
Hey, Ian.
Um,
Yeah, we're just playing some Valheim right now. This is a survival crafting game with a Viking theme to it. I'm not sure if you're seeing the YouTube chat at all, but I was just saying hi to people showing up.
I don't have that up because I only have one monitor at the moment.
No, that's totally fine. I just hooked up my second one after not using it for 2 months, which is
Oh,
great for solo streaming because now I don't have to fix technical issues and then have chat just watch it the whole time, bored out of their minds.
yeah. I'm currently on a laptop because when I needed a new computer, it's like I'm gonna be moving soon,
Yeah.
and I don't know where I'm gonna be moving to, so as little bandwidth or as little space as possible.
Yeah, I have a desktop I built a few years ago, and I actually like downgraded the size of the case for that same reason, so it just wouldn't take up all the space. But I totally get that. If you don't have to get a new one right away, it definitely helps to have like as little space as possible that you take up. Okay, what was I doing in this game? This is the problem I had with survival crafting games is I just sort of run around and talk with my friends for a while and forget what's going on.
Yeah, I'm mostly just building my character, their house, so don't worry
Um,
about things.
okay, I'm going to probably start cutting some wood because I know every time I want to build something, I'm always out of wood.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
I
that's
just ran out of wood.
oh really? That's
Yep.
another system I love in this game is when you cut down like large trees, the logs like fall based on I guess whatever direction you cut them down in.
Nope, it's random.
Oh, is it random? Oh, okay. That yeah, it's another one of those like uh things about the game that people will say like I think it's based on this and then it ends up just being completely random.
The number of times I've had a tree almost fall on me because it just went in a direction I did not expect.
Oh yeah, I think I've died once or twice to that. Uh my friend and I were trying to cut wood together and he would cut one down and then I would cut another one and they ended up falling like in opposite directions and then they just bring down more trees. It's a good way to get wood, but you have to have the positioning so
Yep.
that you don't get hit.
Also, I try to eat once I get to a certain level with food. I try to eat before I go out and cut wood.
Yeah, that's I do like the way they do food in this game too, where it's like you can eat three different types of food, um, but then you just have to wait until a certain amount of time passes before you can eat that exact same food again. It's really nice. I haven't gotten much in the way of like buffs or any of that because I've mostly just been eating like the berries that I find on the ground.
Yeah.
All right, I've got oh, I have a full stack of wood now. Every time I see my house from afar, I think it's on fire because of the chimney.
Yeah. I almost did not get my hammer repaired in time.
Oh, before it broke.
Yeah, I had to slap a roof over my crafting station, and then just as I finished putting the second roof part, my hammer broke. But luckily, it was enough for the workstation to be sheltered.
Yeah, I remember the last time I tried to expand on the house I had in a single player world. I accidentally took the roof part off over top of the workbench, and like by the time I had like realized I needed it back on, I had like most of the roof off. So I ended up trying to like redo everything like out of order. Let's see.
Yeah.
I can't see much, so I'm gonna have this torch out. And then I'm going to try and find... since I have a pickaxe, I'm going to go look for some ore, I think. Hey,
You
Alucard.
know what?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Do you know which direction the Dark Forest is on this map?
No, not yet. I'm not sure if there's like an indicator of any kind. Um,
Nope.
I've only been like a few like yards out in each direction on this map so far. Let's see. I do need to pick up some more food. That's
Soon
not
it'll be
meat.
light and I can see what I'm building again.
Yeah, that's. I do kind of like that they have the brightness set in such a way that you have to have a torch out, even if you turn your monitor up a little bit. But at the same time, it is nice when it's daytime and that you can actually start building again and not have to try and do it at night. Alucard, this is Valheim. For anyone else in chat that has never played Valheim, it's a survival crafting game in the vein of other survival crafting games like I can't think of any other besides like Minecraft and Terraria and others like that. I guess other 3D survival crafting games. And Valheim is one that is it has a Viking theme to it. It's about you play a character, your own created character who has recently died and is sent to what is essentially like, I'm not good with Viking and Norse mythology, but it's essentially like Valhalla, like the realm in which you go when you die. But you still have to live off of the land and gather resources to make a shelter. And then I think the core plot of the game is there are, I forget how many bosses there are. I think it's like 5 or 6. There's like 5 or 6 bosses that you have to find a way to summon and then kill. But in order to get to those spots, you have to, find wood and then different types of metal and ore. And then you upgrade your stuff, and then you go and you kill them. There's more to it than that, but since I skipped all of the tutorial stuff when I remade a world, I didn't get to see all of that again. But you have this nice little bird fellow who helps you figure out what all of that stuff is. Yeah, Raheem, I was surprised about that too. The torch and then the standing torch don't seem to give off enough heat or smoke to set stuff on fire, I think, unless you use the torch in a certain manner. Which is interesting. Speaking of which, I need to remake one. Oh, I like how your house is coming along.
Thanks.
That's smart. I always end up making a house where the roof is too low, and so I can only fit in like 3 things.
Yeah, I found with a lot of games I have to have the roof a little on the higher side so I don't end up with the camera doing weird things. Because in some games I can get motion sick. So
Oh,
I've just
yeah.
learned in any builder game, just make the roof higher.
I had to turn the camera shake off for that same reason. I usually try to keep it on in some games, but in this one I just couldn't build with it on when stuff would happen like behind me. It just shakes a little bit too much.
I only left it on because that's the easiest way I have to know if there is a troll behind me.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good point. I guess for the sake of knowing when enemies are behind you, I think I usually have my headphones on and I have the volume up decently high, so I usually hear them coming, but I can see why that's pretty useful. Alucard, The combat in this game, I like it so far. It's pretty interesting. I'm not sure how you feel about it, Osprey. Um, it's definitely it's interesting because most actions you do. So if I start running, you can see there's a yellow bar at the bottom. Almost every action that you do takes up a little bit of your stamina. Same thing for ranged and melee weapons. Um, the combat in it's pretty basic. I mean, in terms of how survival crafting games go, but Valheim has like a little bit of a twist on everything that is. It's kind of like refreshing if you play a lot of survival crafting games. Um, the combat in it's pretty fun. There's different types of weapons. It's not the Minecraft style where it's other tools can do damage, but you really want to use the sword. I like it a lot so far. I mean, it scratches the itch for these kinds of games at least. But I also have only beaten the first boss out of like 5 or 6. I will say this: the boss fights in this game seem a lot more doable than games like Starbound or trying to think of another game where there's like a lot of bosses along the way. But I like it so far. I think it's simple, but it adds enough depth and options and like variety that I think it's probably better than like the average survival crafting game.
Speaking of trees, um, yeah, the fighting, it's taken some getting used to because I'm mostly coming from turn-based RPGs.
Oh, okay.
Because I picked this up before I started Monster Hunter. Um,
Yeah,
it,
I. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
the bosses definitely do get harder.
Oh, they do. Okay, I figured that they would get harder in terms of like mechanics and health. Um, the one fight I did, the Eikthyr, which is like the elk-like boss, I liked it a lot because I had 2 people and I was using a shield and a club at the time. So one person, me, was able to tank, and then the other person, I think, was like using throwing weapons. And it wasn't like too short, but it was just long enough that it felt like enough of a challenge. But I can see how this game would get harder based on the descriptions of the bosses that people have told me. Do you have like a preferred weapon that you use?
When I have it unlocked, I like sword. Um, Other than
Oh,
that, I've
okay.
primarily used axe just because of the number of times I've gotten jumped while I'm
Yeah,
chopping wood.
I was saying that earlier on stream. I like using the axe as my primary weapon because the skill goes up twice as fast too. Well, I guess wood cutting is different, but I
Yeah,
noticed that when I hit other things, like the different like damage numbers, I think sometimes it counts for the axe weapon category. But yeah, I
um,
like the axe a lot.
if you want to train a weapon skill, um, find like an old beaten down building and start hitting the wood.
Oh, right. I
Um,
knew that you could like get wood from it, but I didn't think about using it for skill building too. That's a good idea.
yeah, that's how I built up sword because I hadn't had access to a sword until I got my bronze sword. And then my partner actually suggested I go out and do that, so that's what I went out and did, and it helped a lot.
I'll have to try that. I might try a different weapon here soon because I just discovered javelin the other day, which seems like it's kind of fun.
The hard part for me is if you do the throwing it with the middle button, um, you've suddenly thrown your weapon.
Yeah, and then you have to go retrieve it. That's the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. NewTube, this is I assume you don't mind me introducing you on stream.
I don't mind.
NewTube, this is Osprey, who we have played Monster Hunter with, and I think some other games maybe. I don't remember if you've played with Nate or Cameron on anything else,
Nah,
at
so
least on
far it's
stream.
just been Monster Hunter, and well, I have played D&D, but that's not a video game. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Um, yeah. This is Osprey, who is I would say is probably a affiliate slash veteran of the channel of the few regulars that we have around. Alucard, this is the first time I have streamed Valheim, and I think the first time we streamed it on the channel. The only boss I have fought off screen, which was before I started streaming it, was the first boss, which is I wouldn't say it's much spoiler territory if you are waiting to play Valheim. The first boss is a giant deer god that has thunder powers and or lightning powers and is very cool. Okay, I said I was going to look for ore earlier. I should actually do that. I have been running around killing graylings, which is, I will say, is never not fun, but it's not really progress for me at this point.
Well, once I have a house set up, if you want company, I can come along with.
Sure, yeah, that'd be great. One of the trends I've noticed about a lot of these survival crafting games is that when you play with friends, it's really easy for everyone to just sort of do their own thing, like in the same world at the same time. Every now and then, like, I'll have a friend that'll join me to go like scavenge stuff, but it's really easy for people to they find their role and then they just forget to do like anything else for a while. I mean, obviously everyone plays whichever way they want to play. I usually like trying to help other people do their thing. That way it feels a little bit more collaborative.
Yeah, like at some point I want to be part of a dedicated server where I have like a specific thing that I do. Kind of like, oh hey, I do some base building and some of the cooking and stuff like that.
Yeah, whenever I play these types of games, I like that too. I like having a role that way. It feels like you sort of fill that niche if someone doesn't want to do a certain thing, like building things or killing things. I totally get that. That's usually what I try to do whenever I play. Like whenever I would like play Minecraft, I would try to do enchanting. Or like in other games, I would try and do like a combat tank role if someone needs to go hunt something. That way, they've got a body that can sort of be in between them and the enemy. So I totally understand that. Flint, that's the thing I forgot about. Forgot that flint is kind of important at some point.
Oh, do you need some flint?
I just found some. I think I remembered someone saying that ore can be near water, so I went to go check by the ocean side down here.
Ah, yeah. So once you get towards Dark Forest area, that's when you'll start seeing tin along the shore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remembered the last time I tried to get tin, the like advanced graylings from the Black Forest were trying to stop me. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the Grey Dwarves are kind of a pain for harvesting.
Yeah, I noticed that when I made like a little like outpost-ish kind of building in my last solo world, and like I could barely build it because of how often they have graylings spawn. But then like as soon as it was done is when they sent like the event happened where the creatures of the forest come after you, and just so many of them came at once. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna stay here anymore. I'm just gonna abandon it, and then whenever they're done, I'll come back and get the resources.
So generally what I do if I'm building it in a slightly more dangerous area, is I will build a spiked wall around the exterior.
Oh, right,
And
like
then if
the defensive like fencing.
yeah, and then if I need to expand on my base, I will open up a small gap in the wall and then add another sub wall. And basically just do that to keep it from having enough space for them to spawn inside the walls.
Oh, I see. That way you have like an area cut off that you know is not going to spawn any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a good idea. I should do that. That's the other thing with crafting games. Whenever I build stuff, I usually just build structures, and then it'll have like fences and options like that. But I usually don't end up messing with it because I do a lot of stuff manually. And so I just like I'll build like the most basic version of something if it doesn't cost a lot of materials, but I end up subconsciously being really conservative about how many resources I use. So I might have to try out more like structure options like that. I need to do more fencing. Let's see, where am I on the map? Oh, I'm farther out than I thought I was.
Yeah, it can kind of sneak up on you.
Yeah, my one of my friends has a trend where he likes to go along the coasts a lot, and I usually try and do like a trip like in a day. That way, if it's a game where nighttime means things are harder or more things spawn, you're not caught out too far, and he'll just keep going. He'll just like make temporary camp and try and fend stuff off that come at night, which is fun. It's very chaotic, but it is also very hard to sustain doing that for a very long amount of time because eventually you're halfway across the world with no resources or whatever you can
Yeah.
pick up.
Oh. Just wait till you have to try to cart ore back.
Oh yeah, that's ugh. Not excited about that, but hopefully I'll have more resources at that point.
Yeah, generally, this is actually why I like the pathing tool for with the hoe.
Oh right, yeah, the path tool.
Yeah, I do that, and basically, my plan was when I actually got around to focusing again, was to create a series of outposts, where I could cart the ore between them if I had to go further.
Oh, okay. To like kind of shorten down the amount of time or the amount of distance you have to take. If I remember how that works correctly, anyway.
Well, because you can carry a lot more with the cart, and the cart takes damage if you take it over too rough of terrain. But if you have outposts, you can stop any night, and basically, it's a spot where you can have your character rest for the night and just go to sleep in the bed.
Oh, I see. And then just reduce the amount of time you spend at night, and then not have to go the whole way. Okay, that makes sense. I've done stuff like that in other crafting games, like namely like Minecraft, where it's a little easier to trek it solo. But I could see that being really useful in this game. I just haven't done the thing I usually do, which is run as far as I can in one direction and then see if I can like make it back at night. But I like the idea of doing outposts. I usually do that just so I have a place to drop items, so that if I die, it's not so far out that I can't get back to it. Where? Oh, okay. I've gone full circle. Neat.
I was about to say, I set out in the direction I thought you were, and then every time I checked your map, I was going in the
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I remembered the stealth mechanic, so I was sort of like mindlessly looking for deer. I will say the nice thing about like hunting in this game is that it's I kind of like that you have to like look through the forest. Oh, hey, there you are. I like that you have to like look through the like rough terrain to like see like deer and all that. Yeah, so I was just kind of going off in one direction to see where the Black Forest started. For anyone in chat that hasn't played Valheim, Valheim, like other crafting games, has biomes to it. The one that we're looking for is kind of like the next tier up from the sort of plains-like thing that you start in. And usually you can tell by seeing like thick forest and like thick wood in the distance, but I haven't picked up on any yet. So hopefully we'll see that soon.
Pine trees are the #1 indicator.
Yeah, the trees will go from these more open-looking ones to like the beech and what I thought was oak for a while into like pine trees, and it gets a lot darker too.
Actually, it's getting towards night.
Yeah, we might have to head back and then try like it immediately after resting.
I can also make a bow now, because I finally got enough boar hide.
Oh, nice. I do like the
Yeah.
bows in this game. I like the bow, like the ranged weapons in this are a lot easier to pick up and use. It just has like that drop off. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
It took me a while to get the hang of the bow, even remotely, because I hadn't played a game that had the drop off.
Yeah, I started to use it, and I think what I ended up doing is I ended up like taking a longer time getting toward deer, and then I would just try to like get as close to point blank as I could, and then fire. I'm kind of used to it now, but every time I fire, I feel like I don't know exactly what like the correction for the drop off should be, which is it's kind of annoying and kind of fun at the same time because you don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. I guess it kind of depends on how you feel about ranged combat in games. I have a torch. I forgot I made one.
Usually my go-to is magic, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I usually, even in like just action RPGs like Dark Souls, I will try out magic at least once, but it's usually not my go-to, because it usually magic seems like it's a lot more resource intensive. But I also like the different magic systems. Like when I actually try them out, like Dark Souls is kind of just like you have your one bullet that you use, and it costs like next to nothing, which makes it kind of overpowered. But it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah, I still haven't really actually played much Dark Souls.
It's it definitely, the reputation it has for being oh, I just laid in bed. I'm not sure if it's doing the resting thing.
So resting bonus doesn't have to do with if you're in bed. If everybody who's playing on the server rests, they'll do like a insta where they skip to morning.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I've done that before in other crafting games. I wasn't sure if it worked the same way here. I'm usually the only one of my group that ever wants to rest.
Yeah, I just need to make a couple things real quick.
Oh no, you're totally fine. It actually gives me a chance to check on the Discord. Cheryl, I'll try to figure out what's going on with the Discord audio. I'm pretty sure it should be... Oh, it might be my output volume. That might be the problem. Cheryl, let me know how that volume works better. I forgot it's output, not my... I'm usually changing my input volume in Discord for various groups, so that should help out. Yeah, Dark Souls is... It's interesting. I don't know if you've caught any of Nate's playthrough of Dark Souls 3 a while ago, but it's... Dark Souls is like not as... It's not as unforgiving or as punishing as people say that it is, or I think I might have that backwards. It's not as, like, people used to say, oh, it's just, you know, it's just really hard and it's unfair. It's not that it's unfair, it's just it makes you pay attention to like where enemies are placed. So if there's like someone comes out from behind a wall and you get hit by it, it'll happen pretty much every time you rest at a bonfire and you go back. You just have to sort of remember where things are. It's interesting because it's a game that's very much all about like timing and stamina use. Like the weapon that you use doesn't matter too much if you like the way that it works, but it's similar to Monster Hunter in that it's all about stamina use and how the weapon works, but it's not as unapproachable as people make it seem. I mean, Nate just kind of walked up and did Dark Souls 3 like he had already played it before, so it's fun, but it's also a very peculiar kind of action RPG, depending on what you like.
Yeah, I might try it now that I've gotten kind of used to a little bit of the Monster Hunter. Because originally, when I first looked at Dark Souls, it was I haven't done a whole lot of action RPGs, so
Right. Yeah, it's definitely comparable to Monster Hunter. That was the thing that Ian and I tried to get across to Nate, was that it's similar, and the ways that it's different is that um, in Monster Hunter you're mostly hunting things that are bigger than you, and you do have a lot of stuff is sort of done for you. Whereas in Dark Souls, things have like stats to them, but a lot of times like stats on your armor don't really matter. It's the kind of trial and error game where it's usually just about um, trying to get like the patterns for bosses down, which Monster Hunter has, but it's a little bit more forgiving when you have. It's expected that you have like 4 people with you trying to hunt this thing. In Dark Souls, it's a little bit more. They try to craft like more different, like unique challenges where you can bring different stuff to the fight, but it's usually however you can get it done is what matters. So like if you know cheese a boss just by sitting in the corner and firing arrows at it, that's considered like a legitimate strategy. Like Monster Hunter also has like the timing of the way that bosses work is also a little different. But it's a fun series. It is a kind of series where I have to play it in bursts, whereas Monster Hunter I can just kind of keep going. Dark Souls will have challenges often enough that I'm like, okay, I've done enough for one day. If I try and approach this anymore, I'm just gonna beat my head against the wall.
yeah, it sounds like a strict but um, fair game.
Yeah, it's very much that kind of game. I guess it's more similar to Monster Hunter than people give it credit for. I'm sure if Nate or Ian were on, they could more accurately describe the differences. But you said you play a lot of turn-based games or turn-based RPGs.
Yeah,
Are there any in particular you've been playing recently, or that you have like a fondness for?
I always have a fondness for the Pokemon series, which is loosely an RPG
Right.
by
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people's
cool.
standards.
We've done a lot. I
Uh,
think we played Sword recently, or Ian or Cameron and Hannah played Pokemon Sword.
I also play Fire Emblem and the Bravely Default series.
Oh, cool. I've been meaning to start playing the newer Fire Emblems. The only one that I've played or played most of was the original Game Boy Advance one that came out in like 2000, I think like 4 or 5. I played the demo for
Nice.
Awakening, and I've heard Three Houses is great. Um, since the last one that I played, there was no option for permadeath. It was just if you lost somebody, they were gone for the whole campaign.
Yeah, my favorite is actually Awakening, flat out.
Oh,
Um,
Awakening. I've heard that was the
yeah,
one that really like brought it back for a while.
yeah. I don't think the series would have survived if they didn't uh, do as well as they did with Awakening. Um, but yeah, no, Awakening's my favorite, and I absolutely love that one. Now I kind of want to go back and replay it now.
Cheryl, I just turned Osprey's volume up a little bit more, so they should be coming in a little bit louder now. Sorry, I had to just go fix Discord stuff. I think it's starting to get a little bit better. Um, yeah, I really wanted to start from Awakening and then go through that, and then I think there's like Awakening, and then there's Fire Emblem Fates, and then it's Three Houses. I don't know if there's a
Yep.
one in between that I'm missing.
It's Awakening, Fates, and Three Houses.
Okay, yeah,
So you were correct.
that was the order I was gonna try to go in. I just have to break out my 3DS and go play the older ones. And then I guess there was like Birthright and Conquest. I don't remember exactly how that goes.
So Birthright was part of the Fates games.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Fates was the. I know there was like 3. There was 2 editions, and then there was like a third one. I think it was Revelations. That was trying to wrap things up.
Do you have any appointments?
Let's see. Where?
Or next? Sure.
I think we're picking up whoever's talking in the background there, which is fine. I just want to make sure.
I'll mute myself real quick, and then once that's done, I'll
Oh yeah.
mute myself.
No, you're fine. Cheryl, I do agree. I think that Monster Hunter is generally nicer to look at and uses color in a better way than Dark Souls. I guess it kind of depends if you want more grim, dark, stamina-based action RPG, or if you want more hunter-gatherer, vibrant color, armor set-based stamina action RPG. Currently, we are looking for... So in Valheim, we're looking for the Black Forest biome, so I can start looking for tin to make, ore for metal of any kind. If you can see on my screen, there's a map that you slowly progress through and start to sort of defog. And once we find the Black Forest biome, you'll be able to see it a little bit better on the map. We are looking for that to get the ore for metal, but in this game it can kind of take a little bit of time. The biome, you start out in this kind of like nice, idyllic... oh, yeah, for anyone that hasn't played Valheim, if you ever look up at the sky, there's just this giant tree, which I believe is part of the mythology of... Probably going to mispronounce it, Yggdrasil? At least that's my guess anyway. And this starting biome is very nice, but once you make more of the resources in this game, you start to outpace it. And the Black Forest biome is where you start to get some more of the advanced materials, so that we can go fight the boss that's located there, which I know I've seen recently or heard of recently. Forget exactly what it is, but it is meaner than the Elk God boss, which is the first one. Ah, here we go. Okay. So like here, if I look at trees in the beginning biome, like this beech tree, when you start to see these fir trees and the more like, I want to say they're coniferous trees. Man, I really do not know my plants well. It's been a long time since I was in school. Once you start to see these like pine tree looking ones, that's when you know that you're in the Black Forest. So if you haven't played a survival crafting game before, biomes are basically just like territory lines where certain resources can be found. And in Valheim, the music changes. So once you cross over, the music changes, and then the trees become more like pine trees. That's where you can find usually like a different set of resources. So you can still get wood and stone, but if you want to get stuff like I assume this is more than just stone, these crafted bricks over here, you have to sort of branch out and go into more dangerous areas. The enemies also usually change, so what were once called greylings are now called gray dwarves. When they are when they have different color eyes, they'll usually be a little bit more dangerous. They'll hit harder. They might have like poison or some other... Oh boy, I haven't seen skeletons in a minute. Another nice thing you'll find with this biome is skeletons are in the Black Forest. And when you find them near an opening like this, they have what is, I think, called like a skeleton cave? Or or burial chambers. That's what it's called. I think I've got enough resources for this. Burial chambers in Valheim are where you can find like a little underground mini dungeon. How do I? That's right. I have to unequip the shield and get the torch out. They're like this little mini dungeon where there's a couple hallways, like a maze of hallways. Ooh, skeletal remains. Yeah, if you want to pick up that stuff, Osprey, go ahead. I'll get the skeletal remains. It's like a bunch of like it's like a bunch of hallways that kind of make this little sorry, these procedurally generated mini hallways with doors at every couple of feet, and you have to kind of go through this mini dungeon and take out skeletons to get the I forget exactly what they're called. They're like these cores, like these little magma-looking cores, and that material is what you use to make a furnace that lets you smelt ore. That is an evil bone pile, which I think spawns them. I don't know if you want to get rid of them. I don't know. Oh, geez. I will protect your stuff for you, Osprey. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this bone pile. I'm sure it'd be nicer to have around, but I don't want to risk them losing all their stuff. There also might be more than one in here. But I think evil bone piles are where you get skeletons to spawn from. So to cut back on the danger level in here, I was going to go ahead and take it out.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna go stand by your stuff to make sure that skeletons don't hover over it.
Yeah, I'm used to at least being in deer gear when I
Right, yeah. I usually, the few times I've done burial chambers, I've done them solo. But I've also been in that situation where I kind of just like very slowly have the shield out, and I will try and tank them all in the darkness with the shield out. I forgot how hard the skeletons hit in this game.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
I think the last time I played was about a month ago. I don't know if there's been any updates since then.
Nothing major that I remember. The next big update is supposed to be Hearth and Home, which is going to introduce, I think, some more cooking stuff, some more building tile options.
Oh, I did read about that. Someone was saying that the building was supposed to get a little more advanced with the next big update.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. I would like to see some more options, as I usually don't get creative with buildings in these games. I usually try to build like the most I guess economical version of a house that's big enough to hold my stuff but small enough that it doesn't take a lot to like maintain or build. But I'm gonna try and branch out more with that if I end up streaming more Valheim.
Yeah, part of why I wanted to be part of like a dedicated group, because I don't want to spend all of my time farming resources. I'd rather spend that time building the fancy buildings.
Right. Yeah. I do like, there are some games where once I start building, I just get really into it. I think I did that in Minecraft and Starbound a bit, but then I would also try and make it like look really, really nice, or try and have it be like mathematically sound, and then it would just happen to be on servers where we would move to a different one, or the game would be updating and then it would break. So I would just make these really nice buildings, and then it all kind of be for nothing because it would end up getting destroyed like soon after I was like happy with it. But I feel you on that. I usually try to get into the building stuff if I can, but if I know if I do that, I won't do combat very much. I'll just try and go out, get resources, and come back and build.
Yeah, one game that I like for just sheer building, and if you liked Minecraft, you might like this one. Have you played Dragon Quest Builders?
I haven't, but I've known about Dragon Quest for a bit. I haven't played any of the games since Probably the Game Boy Color, but I've heard that Builders is supposed to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Filters is great, especially the second one.
Oh, there's two already? Did the first one come
Yeah.
out with the Switch, or has that been out for a while? I think it might have been the
It's
Switch.
I'm trying to remember actually.
I remember when, I want to say the first one got announced a few years ago, and it looked really cool. Like, I've always, Dragon Quest, and Builders especially, is kind of a series I've always been, like, interested to get into. I just haven't set aside the time to go do it, but it looks really cool.
I really enjoyed it. Like, it was a lot of fun. The combat is more on the easy side. But I was actually really kind of okay with that.
Yeah, I've actually become more okay with that in the past year or so with the survival like crafting games like that. Is it like comparable to like another game that you've played?
Not that I can think of really.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I also haven't really played a ton of Minecraft, so I don't know how well it connects.
Oh, okay, yeah, but there's not really like another game you could like
Yeah.
analogy it to, which that makes sense. I kind of like that it's not. It seems like it's different enough that it's not super comparable to other stuff. Boy, I
Also,
forgot.
my torch broke, so I am kind of blind.
Oh, you're fine. I forgot how hard they hit, and I realized I only have strawberries right now. I thought I picked up other fruit, but I don't think that I did.
Well, I have some extra meat that I could probably drop for you.
Oh, okay. I will.
Since my gear is kind of bad.
I will likely take that in a second, because I think I'm at like 12 HP. Oop. Speaking of which. Well, if I die, I can just come back anyway. I will try and stagger this guy enough, at least. Alright, I'm gonna back out of here in a sec. Out of this hallway, anyway. Okay. I'm going to get behind you real quick, and then I'm gonna eat.
Ah, fuck.
Try to. Here,
That's
y'all.
a 1-star.
I'll hold the torch out for you, that way you can see. Oh, geez. Yeah, the 1-stars really hit hard. Actually, I'm probably going to fight them in the dark.
Yeah, like, the problem I'm running into is I don't even have deer gear, which is probably why I keep dying.
Oh, yeah, I died too.
I'm still just in the tunic that they give you when you first show up.
Yeah, I think I like reinforced my tunic, but that's like the only upgrade I've done in terms of armor so far. Is I did the one upgrade, and like that was it, and even that was not enough to like really lessen the damage from the 1-star skeletons.
I don't even have pants.
Yeah, I saw that there's a weird thing where there's like a chance to upgrade the armor you start with, or you can make the new armor and then upgrade that. I'm not sure which is like more, I guess, like beneficial, but yeah, either way, I just kind of make whatever I have the resources for.
Did you die too?
Oh yeah, sorry, I died pretty soon after that. I mentioned it, but I wasn't sure. I'm not that worried about losing anything on this character, but I figure I'll try and go back and get some of it. I didn't make like a... Oh, better to...
Just making some stuff and having better gear before going back in.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I had such low tier gear, I'm not super worried about it. Actually, I'm gonna check my chest that I made earlier and see if I saved anything. On my old world, I saved all my old stuff for the sake of going and getting stuff when I died. I just forgot to do that this time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there's some wood, so I can build some tools again. Yeah, Valheim, I think, is the most recent survival crafting game I played that really, like, got me hooked enough to come back to it. I've played a few other ones, but it's definitely one of those types of games where I play it for a good few weeks or months, and then I have to like take a break, let my brain like do something else for a while.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do I need to make?
Oh, is it already getting to nighttime?
Oh, probably, yeah. I'll probably gather a few more stones and then make some stuff and then hit the bed. Yeah, I noticed that when I'm in the burial chambers, I'll forget like what time of day it is, and I'll come out and it's just like, oh, it's essentially 3 in the morning. I should probably go do something else. Where are rocks? Rocks, rocks, rocks.
Oh, great. I don't have an axe anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm realizing now too. I'm like, oh, I'll just use my pickaxe to get some rocks. And then I remembered, oh right, I don't have that on me right now, so I gotta go find some.
Do you still have a spare horn to make another one?
Um, I don't think so. Probably not. I'm not super worried about getting another one. I figured I would probably fight Eikther on stream again at some point, just to show some of the viewers like what the boss fights are like. Which actually might be a good test of whether or not my gear is ready to go back into the burial chamber or not.
Yeah.
I might end up doing that.
I was mainly asking because you need that to get to work.
Right, yeah, that's the I think yeah, horn is the only material you can use to make the pickaxe, right?
Until you unlock bronze/copper.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not worried about having to fight him again if I need to, but that's probably something I'll have to do once I make some better gear. And there's a low amount of loose rock. I might just be in the wrong. I'm like on the hillside. That's probably why I can't find any.
The steep cliff I was on when I realized you were back, instead of rushing out to try to get back out so you didn't have to deal with that, had a lot of loose stones on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I walked up there while you were making your house, and I saw that. I'll have to go back up there. Which one did you say it was? It was the
super steep stone looking basically sheer hill.
Oh, okay. I think I was just over there. I saw like one or two. I need to go back on the other side. I haven't. The one thing I did like when I started this is the unarmed skill does noticeably get better once you like do it a few times, because usually in games where you have like an unarmed attack, it does so little it's not usually worth it. But I kind of like how the punch effect feels in this. It feels like you can actually like you can kill some smaller mobs like with your unarmed attack, and that's a much noticeable like change of early game power compared to some of the other crafting games. I might just yeah.
Yeah, if nothing else, it can kind of help stun them a little bit enough for you to get your weapon out.
Yeah, exactly. I'll probably end up just resting and getting some HP back. I didn't realize how low mine was because I haven't made any food.
Yeah, all my meat is on the corpse, so.
Oh, okay. I have some necktail left over I forgot about. I'll make some of that, and then I should have enough to get some more food for both of us. Oh, I did get some stone though. I think I can make a hammer. Sweet. There it is. Yeah, I think what I'll probably do is get this server to a point where I've got like a little bit of like backup stuff. That way,
Mhm.
I can do more of like the interesting stuff on stream because I'm sure the gathering part isn't probably super entertaining, which I don't mind doing. I know some people do stream that, but I'll try and show off like the Eikther boss fight and then do another burial chamber and some of that stuff.
Yeah.
At least to show it off while I'm still playing this on the solo stream.
Yeah. Is this a dedicated server or is it just one that if you're online it's available, if you're not, it's not?
Right now, I just did start server, although I might do a community server, which I do want to do that way people can get onto it while I'm offline. I can always like lead this up. I haven't really been playing a lot of Steam stuff recently, so it doesn't bother me too much. But I will try to get a community server going, um, which I know means we'll have to probably start a new world, which I'm not. I assume you're probably not too terribly invested in this one
No, not
just
yet.
yet.
I haven't done like any fancy building or anything. I've
Right.
gotten something I can upgrade, but
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
that's kind of why I was curious. I was like, do I want to actually invest in making this building better, or
Right. No, I think what I'll do is I'll start a community server and then I'll put the information in the Discord. I'll probably just start a channel for Valheim too. And
yeah,
then I'll pin the server info up there, and then that way people, if they want to just come on and do the usual dedicated server thing, just do stuff in the off stream time, then it'll be open for anyone that wants to do that.
cool.
Where was I going?
Well, you talked about going to bed to get some
Oh,
back.
right, yeah. I was forgot I was laying there, and then I just went out and did the distracted thing again and started punching railings with my fists and no armor.
Um, I think I still have some flint if you want to make yourself a flint axe.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, I might. Since my axe skill is up high enough, it seems like that might be good to stick with axes for a bit just to get the better gear.
Okay, I'll come over to your house and then just drop
Oh,
my
thank you.
flint.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I forgot I had a bunch on me and did not drop it off. Ooh, thank you. We'll certainly put that to good use.
And then
Okay.
if you need wood, I already have my axe, so I can go chop you some wood.
I did manage to. I think I chopped down about 46, so I should be okay for now.
Okay.
But everything that I make now, I will probably just put on my character's inventory. So when I switch to the dedicated server, it'll be all in there.
Okay.
And then I just laid in the bed, which I realized I can access my chest while I'm laying down. That is actually really nice. Yeah, I think I'll probably stick with Valheim a bit for these Wednesday solo streams. Um, I'll probably end it here in a couple minutes at I guess 8 o'clock my time, but I'll probably keep doing Valheim, and then if anyone has any desire to see any other games played, I can always do a solo stream on any of the other off days we have. But I think Wednesday Valheim seems like a pretty good idea. It's something that people can watch and then get into if they want to join.
Yeah.
All right.
If there are times you want someone around for that, I don't know what my schedule's going to be over the next little while, but if I'm available, I'm totally up for hopping on.
Right. Yeah. That's totally cool. I'll let you know whenever. I mean, it'll probably be pretty much the same time frame, but yeah, if you can or can't make it, no biggie. But yeah, the more people on stream, obviously, the more interesting it'll be to watch. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I might be going back down to Sacramento here in the near future for another attempt to get an apartment. So
Oh, cool. Yeah, I hope that works out. I'm sure I haven't actually been to the west side of the U.S. I mean, I think the most west I've been is maybe certain parts of Texas. So I'm not sure what the apartment hunting is like out there, but I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. Yeah, I was born and raised on the West Coast, so the West Coast is mainly what I know.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I do want to go out at some point. Cameron had planned a trip to go out there a few years ago, I think, but that was actually it might have been 2019. Then we were talking about 2020, but then COVID hit, so that's
Yep.
something we'll have to do again in the future.
Yeah, if you all end up making a trip out to the West Coast, let me know and we'll try to meet up with y'all.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. It'd be nice to see some of the regulars that we have around. I know we have a few at this point on the Discord server, which I need to start putting a link to that in the YouTube description. I don't think I've done that in a while. But yeah, that'll be cool. I'll have to talk to Cameron about what his travel plans will be like. Probably sometime next year, I imagine. We used to travel a little bit together, but it's been a few years since then. But yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I've got enough resources for next time. I finally found some more food.
I actually found out about the stream after I met Cameron. And joined the Discord.
Oh, cool. He may have mentioned how you guys met. I don't remember if it was through another like game or community. I know he has a lot of Transformers fans usually, and that's how we end up meeting a lot of the people that watch the game streams.
Yeah, D&D.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, he's doing the DMing for the other campaign now.
Yeah, the Rime of the Frost Maiden stuff.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, I always forget. I see the text channel on the Discord a lot, and then I forget that we even have that category because I end up having to minimize a lot of them while I'm working on the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. We talked a little bit about the other D&D stuff we have planned. I know Nate's doing his Infernal Travel Agency stuff, and then at some point, there's talk of Nate restarting one of his old homebrew campaigns that he and I used to work on, and that would be a lot of fun if we could get that in some kind of more like live show format, like Critical Role has. So hopefully we'll have a lot more consistent D&D or tabletop content at least in the near future.
Yeah, at some point I want to get back into DMing, but my life has been too chaotic over the last couple of years to really have the energy I would need to put into that.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that feeling. I just found the boss altar, which I guess I already had on my map. I forgot about that. I was supposed to start doing a. Oh, I didn't realize you died.
Yeah, it was just a couple of trees fell on me at the
Oh, okay. I saw some logs and I kind of had the suspicion.
Oh,
Yeah. I was supposed to start doing a hex crawl kind of drop in, drop out open world campaign for some friends. And I've had it in the works for like 2 years. I just haven't executed on it because it's the kind of campaign that would be super easy once I have the like main way of generating content for it down. I just have to get like the main town and all that stuff done. And then once that's done, I can just add to it over time and it'll be nothing. But yeah, I just don't have I haven't had the energy or the time to do so recently just because life gets in the way and work mostly.
yeah. I'm about to go back to school, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, at some point eventually I'll have the time to work on it, but that should be in the near future. Alright, let's see. I think I've got enough resources for next time. I'm probably gonna end the stream here in about a minute or two.
Okay.
Once I get rid of some of the heavy stuff I'm carrying. But yeah, thanks for coming on and hanging out, Osprey. I appreciate the company.
Yeah.
I
anytime.
will probably do Valheim next week as well. And by that point, I will have a dedicated server and then some more resources and stuff, and then I'll try to show more of the viewers the more interesting parts just besides gathering resources. But if you're watching Valheim, they know that's also just part of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming on and hanging out. I'll have the dedicated server by next time, and then hopefully we'll have some other people that can come on and join. I know other people talked about getting on, but it'll also be open, not just when I have the game on. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you want to come back and watch more Valheim, we'll be back next Wednesday. So yeah, we will see you all then. All right, bye guys.